All right, so we're here on the weekend. Didn't work Friday. Spent some time with my lady doing some stuff, getting some stuff ready and going. But went and looked at a few more jobs yesterday too. That way, that's when they could meet me. So the day before yesterday, I was able to push on that far left side where we have to stop. So today I'm just going to use the excavator because I got a small job to do tomorrow on Sunday that I need to help a previous customer with the cabins. So all we lack is pushing this right here, and I pushed the top side pretty good bit, but it's so dusty, and yesterday was dusty because I came up here Friday morning and then started mulching. Just a few minutes, it was just so dusty, I just stopped what I was doing and just left. But I got everything ready, so today I'm gonna spend my time ripping out with the excavator all this right here, lay it down, because it's pretty nice right here. There's some lumpy spots, like right here, it's a big mound. You can kind of see the contour of that, but it drops on the back side right in here. So I think my dad's gonna help me tomorrow. No, Monday, I'm sorry. He pushed this Thursday. He just kind of made an up and down trail to kind of see what we had, and then we got to push a little bit of that, and then back side of this is just a little bit of brush back there. I pushed and made a big opening back there, but there's a big tree right here. It's down, so we'll have to get that cleaned up. So we're going to spend our time right here getting everything ripped out, cleaned up, and then I'm going to get all this stuff that's pushed down and on top of this hill, rip everything down. Probably just try to spend my time just pulling all the, because right here it kind of does this all the way down. So I'm gonna take my time going up top, ripping all this stuff down and bring it down this right here. That way all he's got to do is just start mulching and cleaning it up. So once we get this little teeny stuff ripped up, it's going to really open it up. So you could see down here it's just a little bit of grass, so it's not really don't look too good. You can kind of see I pushed this, which I did see a copperhead the other day. Now he's snake bites. But you can see right here, I just came down, it was so dusty I couldn't see nothing at all. So all I gotta do is push to about right in here. There's like a water runoff, so most of the stuff's pushed down. So I pushed a pretty good bit after lunch yesterday, or Thursday. So now we've got to push this and then clean this stuff up right here. So we got to rip all this stuff up, which it's pretty thinned out over here, but now we just got to rip out and mulch up what we can. All right, we've pushed a lot. We still got just a little bit down there, hitting this corner down here just a little bit. Then we got to rip up right there at the corner, and then pretty much all this all the way down just right down in there. This is going to be really rough material. Stuff's fell over when that pushed over. That's going to, I mean, I'm leaving all that stuff, but they said they can always come back and clean it up a little at a time. But I'm ripping out to make it easier for them. Got some hardwood like this right here. I'm gonna pick up and take up to the front. That way they can haul off. All this right here is, it looks dead, but when you go to mulch it, it eats up nice pretty quick. So I was gonna try to rake all this stuff up over here in the center. Then where my dad's pushed up a little bit right in here, stuff's just detached. I just gotta go over and rake it down and pull it up. That way it'll clean this hillside up on the lower side. That all he has to do is push the top side, push it down, and I can rake everything down. Ouch. But we're gonna go ahead and cut this up. I raked in between it, so that way if there's any snakes or something I was pushing and pulling, so that way it'll scare them a little bit, I guess, or at least I hope. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit. All right, so I got to the top of the hill with the excavator, and it's very bumpy, uneven, not fun to ride on. But I piled up a bunch of stuff right here, and I'm just going to kind of rake all this stuff in between, and the stuff in between the trees, little scragglies, trees that where I mulched up a little bit but it left chunks. I'm gonna rake it all into a pile and try to rake everything down there. I'm gonna try to. If not, then I'm gonna put some piles up here where it's nice and level. I just kind of came in and knocked everything down, but this is where it got super dusty because it wasn't a lot of growth, so just a lot of trees. It's just a lot of hardwoods in here as well on this side, but it's really open on this side. But it's just pushing it down there, and then when you're trying to mulch it up, you're uneven. So it's just really unsmooth and dipped in, dipped out on it. So, but I'm gonna try to rake everything up best I can. See, right in here it's nice and smooth, well, smoother. But it's still at least 2 days worth of work right here, just trying to clean and push down. So, but if I feel like I can get in with the excavator today, rip in between all the stuff I can't get to, then rake everything down. So, but looking pretty good. I'll be able to push a lot up today, at least get all this stuff and all this pushed down that way, so that way we can mulch all that lower side up and then rake it all back down and just mulch it all down again. So then come back through here and just kind of fine tune. Just takes longer when you're having to go in between trees. So, but we're going to go ahead and get all this stuff ripped up, cleaned up, and then we'll go to lunch in a little bit. So that's what we got so far. All right, so we as in I pushed up a bunch of stuff, raked it up in a pile. There's so much stuff, I still got to get this little small corner. We got everything pushed on the lower side. There's just so many trees to try to like bring material down, but also everything's uneven. I got stobs hanging out that far, and when you hit it, but break something. So I got this raked up and little, just kind of pushed up into a little pile. That way you can go in either this side, come in here, come on that side right here, just kind of mulch everything up. And it's gonna be, hopefully we can get some rain Monday. So I'm trying not to do nothing tomorrow because it's just so dusty. But all I got to do is now is push this and then clean this lower side here, and then start pushing that down slope right there. As hot as it is, machines are getting hot. I really need to wash them. So, but this is what we got pretty much left right up here. Really need up in here too, but this is the other side of it. And there's like an old road right here, and then definitely got to come in here and rake all this stuff up and blade it. So, and then pretty much just hitting this little road right here and then that down slope. So I'm just gonna take the excavator and pick through that, because it's, as you can see, it just dips in, dips out, and it just drops. So we got to clean up this whole little side right here down to there. So I'm thinking we get most of it done tomorrow or Monday. So just rip everything out, just kind of thin it out, leave some like these, because man, these right here fight you. So I'm gonna go get the trailer loaded up with the excavator, and we're gonna do a small job pushing some trees at the cabins. So that should be good. We'll just be back Monday to, or it may work out, may be here tomorrow, who knows. All right, so here's the job that we done a while back where the neighbor was being absolute something else. He's got the cabins in, and the width of the roof and stuff, some of the trees, they got ribbons on the ones that he had a question about, which when you do something every day, you kind of know. So it is kind of tight. You have certain ones. But the biggest one is that one. This one needs to come this way, but it's leaning this way. This one is a pretty big one. So there's only like 3 big ones and some of these little hardwoods. So I'm just going to cut them down as far as I can go. Throw them out of the way. That's what the customer wants. That way, because they brought the cabins in a little sooner. Glad they did. So try to hurry up and get this knocked out. It won't take long. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 13 trees, but some of them are like really small. All I gotta do is just cut them and throw them out of the way. Some of these are big, like this one and that one, but that one's laying that way. So he said just cut it the way it's gonna go and leave it. So that's what we're gonna do. We got some few other small scragglers. We got the pine. Literally cut, well, so you can see it right there. It's literally beside those. Once I take those out, they're gonna fall this way. It's gonna take that one out anyway. See it, so we'll go ahead and get these cut. It won't take long. I'm gonna go up to the top and drop them. So we're gonna try to get these going fairly quick, because I got my truck over there and there ain't nowhere to park. Well, I may or may not have forgot to record some, but this is the last one literally next to it. So I'm gonna clean the mulch around it and then notch it, and then I'm gonna try to get this to go this way, which I should. I think the tops will be enough to where it'll keep guided in here. I'm just gonna throw it all right there. We still got 2 more up there, but I went ahead and knocked all these out. I'm gonna clean the road up a little bit better than it is now. Bunch of chunks, but we still got like 2 like really small ones. We can probably just hatch it down, but we're fixing to get that bad boy right there. So I'm pretty sure it's going to go this way, because we got a couple tree limbs, but it's not too bad. But we should be able to get it. It shouldn't be too much of an issue, as long as I can get this boom up high as I can. That way it'll go this way. Even if it starts this way, it'll still have this tree to kind of roll on. So I ain't no tree expert, but I wish I had that back probably like 5 foot. That'd been all right. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and notch it and get everything done for the customer, because Monday is when they're supposed to bring the other 2 cabins. All right, so I have not been so pissed off in my life. We was trying to get that one down there, that pine, and there was a yellow jacket's nest, and I got smacked. They still got up underneath my thing, got me right up under next to the armpit. So I think I've cussed more today than I have any time. Is that the customer still ain't understanding that I'm highly allergic to him, so he's gonna bring some spray, but I'm not pushing the tree down, because that's a hazard to me. But we got all the ones that they want done. I pushed more on the left side of that pine, so they have an extra 6 to 8 foot extra on top of what we already had. So we already over 20 foot. So if they can't get cabinets in here that's 12 wide, I think 12 by 40 or 12 by 30 or something like that. They're not really big, pretty much the length of that right there. Might be 25 or 30. But I did what I was supposed to. I cleaned it out, plenty of room. If they can't get through here with those maneuver, I guess, whatever those things are, maneuvers through them, then they don't need to be doing it. So anyway, we're going to get loaded up, get everything pushed to the side, and the pine's not really in the way. They just want it knocked out of the way. So anyway, I'm waiting for the customer to get here, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so customer just left. I went ahead and pushed this left side. The bees, I was kicking around that tree. You can kind of see where I cleaned it up, but right there where the edge of the bottle's at is where they come flying out, and I got zapped right under the arm, which I got long sleeves or elbows. So I went ahead and took this, because they said this tree was in the way. There's plenty of room now. So we went ahead and took these 2 out on top of all these on the right hand side. Took those out because they was leaning out. So the rest of those is pretty good down that way. And then we got those. I tried to clean the stumps up best I could, but anyway, so that's what we got. It's really just something simple, but they measured out the width. but they didn't look up and see the trees that was leaning out because of the overhang of the cabin. So the cabin's got a overhang. They were just talking the width. They didn't think about this. So that's still pretty good overhang. And then, so they was afraid to tear the tin off, so that's a liability to them, so they say go ahead and take it out. But anyway, we got this one done, and we'll be back on the Gadsden job, where it should be narrowing down in the last few days. But I'm not sure how this is going to be put in, if it's going to be put in with something or on video. I think it'll be long. All right, we are back. So we got 2.5 days left with each machine. Got everything greased. That small job we did for the cabins, pushing those trees over, cutting them up and stuff like that. Got everything cleaned up. And I really need to sharpen these knives, but I'm gonna use them for a little bit longer before I break the seal on the hard surface, or whatever it is, the heat treatment or whatever like that. Because once you grind those the material off the top when you first get them, it starts, I don't know, you could see a difference when you start cutting. But I'm trying to keep that fat edge on it, that way it'll help cut. But it may not cut good like the new ones do, but I'm doing what I can do for right now. We're fixing to get back at it. Got my dad on the way. He's fixing to come up here. Got up here pretty early, that way I can get everything greased, because I didn't grease nothing when I left because I was tired. But I got everything greased, all the main pins. We're going to go down there and start cleaning that lower side up. And then while he's mulching, I'll be excavating the rest of the material from the top side down. So see if we can't get this going. I'm also going to get this skid steer and the excavator tinted. After this job, I'm definitely going to get it done. So let's see if we can't get something started today. All right, so I got my dad down there. There's all kinds of gnats. Can't really see. They're just all in the machine. I guess being close to the water, and just the gnats are just like hordes of them. I was greasing my machine and they was just flying off of it. It's just everywhere. But I got my dad down there mulching the rest of it. You can kind of see down there we got more view of the water. I really wish I could take out a lot more, but it's just I gave them a timeline. I told them I wished I could take out more, but they have a budget. So but with the budget, I'm just kind of like, trying to finish up my days, and then if we can salvage more, but I'm pretty sure that we got a spot at the entrance up there. We still got to clear for the around the bridge, so this is their main concern right here, or their priority wise. So let's get back to it. All right, so it's 4 o'clock. We've been fighting this thing for a couple hours. My dad came up through here and see, what stick was it? I think it was this one or that one. Wedged up in there and popped it out of that one. He said he heard a pop, and then he kept going, and then this is where it ended. Popped that out. I rotated that. My other mulcher had more depth on it. It was like bigger, so I could like rotate the head, and that way I can get more clearance right here. But since that one's a little bit more compact, but I got the front rollers on, but I could only get about 3 of them, or 2 to 3 of them started, but it kept popping off. So I'm gonna have to definitely go get me a bottle jack after this. I got my cat guy coming to help me. But anyway, no big deal. We've been tasting dust all day today. He went to blow the machine off because it was getting real hot, because we started pushing this. You can kind of see where it's kind of cleaned up a little bit, and it's very rough. But he's fixed to come help me, and then after this I'm going straight to Harbor Freight and buying a 8-ton bottle jack, or whatever, 8 or 10 or whatever I could get that'll be compact to throw up under that and to pick it up, because that back roller was my problem, and then we was over there and it's all uneven, so it's not helping at all. So I'm just going, he's not even far, he's not even 30 minutes away. So we're gonna get the track back on, get it tightened where it needs to go, and then we'll be starting tomorrow. It said 50% chance of rain tomorrow. I don't think so, because it is so dusty, it's not even funny. Like, it's like 5 minutes in, the whole door is just dusted bad. So while I'm this many minutes in, we try to put that underneath it to get that rotation to where we can pick up. You can start seeing the water a pretty good bit. We still got a little bit of mulching to do on this lower side. You can see it's not really thin. There's a bunch of small ones right beside the big trees, but I'm pressed for time, and then they got a budget, just like I said. So you can only do, but he said if it comes down to it, then they can come back in and cut some of these out. Which this is all uneven. There's some big chunks which I'll go back, but we still got to come back and fine tune some of this stuff. But it's looking decent. It's not the way I want it to, but see, like these little scragglies, I wish I could get them completely out, but this, you can definitely tell the difference. This is all we got left, and then we got a little bit of that corner on the other side. So, but you can see it dips right here and it picks back up and it dips. It's just wavy. You can definitely tell there's somebody down over there with a backhoe or a dozer or something like that, because he's pushing up piles, so when stuff started growing out of it. So it's been a nightmare. But anyway, almost 4 minutes of talking about something. But let's wait on that guy to help me out. Well, I guess we'll slap a chair up and kind of watch the boats go by.